Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Hope Hunter. So the Hope Hunter is built entirely out of Hope Tech parts, and you can put it all together here on Hopetown on Paulville. And it is designed as a roleplay ship for being a bounty hunter. Now the restrictions that I put on my Hunter class ships are that it has to go ahead and have a holding cell, whether that's in the armory that you can find on the Hope Tech or the Tayo armories, or in a whole brig. And then it also has to have suppressive weaponry. Additionally, I am limiting to Starship Design rank 2 or less, so these are designed more as mid-game combat ships. So something that you can play with somewhere between the ranges of like 20 and 40-ish. Um, So this particular one, as mentioned, is entirely built using Help Tech parts. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. So the interior tour is going to be really fast. And you can see that we are immediately entering into the Hope Tech Armory. Let's go up the ladder first. And you can see that I have the Hope Tech All-in-One. Um, this is giving us a galley, fridge, 2 beds, bath, and then I have a window in the back. If you wanted to, you could remove this window and you would instead get another 2 beds here. However, this ship is designed more for the solo bounty hunter, so I figured having only 2 beds was perfectly appropriate. Coming on down here, you can see this is where our armory is. We can store any weapons that we want here. And then on this side, we have the brig or the holding cell for if anybody's making trouble. Then we have our docker located right up front, and then our ladder going up to our cockpit. And you can see we do have space for 2 crew members if we so desire. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want crew on your ship or not. So that is the ship. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at how to build this. All right, step one is going to be going ahead and getting my colors in my palette. You can see I went with a teal, gold, and then black for my paint scheme. And then let me select all and then delete this. So you do not need any mods to build this ship. However, you will need to go ahead and have the flip glitch enabled. All right, so I've got the armory, the all-in-one, and then over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the cockpit, which is going to be the Overseer 300. This could be whatever one of these bridges you want. However, the Armstrong bridge, whatever variant you choose, does not have weapon mounts on it like the Overseers do. So if you want to use the Armstrong instead, you will be entering it from the all-in-one instead of from the armory. And you will need to replace the window here with a weapon mount. Then right up front, let's go ahead and put our docker. And then we are going to come around here, right underneath the all-in-one. We want to go ahead and add our reactor. Now, if you do not have Starship Design, the best one that you can choose is the 134mm toroidal. Though I guess you could also use the 360T Stellarator. However, with Starship Design, you can either go with the 144mm, the 370T, or what I did, which is the Tokamak X200. All of these produce 23 power, so it's just whichever one you like the look of the most. Underneath this, grav drive. We can get away with a Helios 200 grav drive. The ship is light enough that we don't need more than the 19 grav jump thrust that this produces. Next, let's go ahead and grab our landing gear. I don't know why it decided to grab the top, but whatever. Alright, landing gear is on the ship. Now then, the next step, let's go ahead and grab some cargo. Now for this ship, I decided to go ahead and put on a pair of the Gamma 1000 cargo holds. So this is going to give us a total of 740 cargo. And note, you do not need to flip glitch this at all to get it in underneath this landing gear. Next, engines. So if you have Starship Design Rank 1, you can use the SA4000 series, the 4110 to be exact. However, this engine does not unlock until like rank 27, or level 27, I should say. So if you need to replace this, or you need to have an earlier ranked or an earlier level engine, or you don't have Starship Design, go ahead and grab the White Dwarf 1020 engines instead. So this is going to produce a little bit less maneuverability, but it is going to be enough to get you there. All right. Let's flip that back into place now, because it does need to flip glitch in underneath this. Note, if you decided to use the White Dwarf engines instead, they fit here without needing any flip glitches. Which also means that if you decide to use this, you do not have to use any flip glitches on your ship at all. There we go. All right. Now, on the back of this, let's just go ahead and toss in those structural pieces. Then, directly above the engines, I went ahead and shoved in my fuel. You can put basically whatever you want here, but I use the M30 Ulysses HE3 tanks. And then right over here, I go ahead and toss my shield on. And for this ship, I'm using the Deflector SG40. If you don't have Starship Design, Deflector SG30. Then, going to Structural, I want a Horizon weapon mount on each of these two spots. And then here, I can put a porthole, or if I decided to go with the other cockpit, what's it called? The Armstrong cockpit, I would want to go ahead and put a Horizon weapon mount here to get enough weapon spots. Alright, we have almost all of our attachment points used. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and stop here. But I decided I wanted to put the HopeTech pipes up top. And then we get this appearance. The other thing to consider, instead of the pipes, would be to go ahead and use the HopeTech caps. And you can kind of give it a little shell-like look like this. And doing this would also go ahead and give you another weapons mount. Note here, with the way that this is lining up, we cannot put a weapon on the bottom part of this. So we've got 4 weapon mounts here, and then another 2 up here. So this would give us either 6, we've got 6 so far, so we could have 7 or 8 weapon mounts with this, depending upon if you like putting them one behind each other. But that is entirely your choice. Now, let's go ahead and talk weapons. Now, for this ship, we are a Class A ship, and we don't have a lot of shield. This means that this ship, at least on extreme difficulty, cannot brawl. So what I'm doing instead is I am configuring it with these Ravager 20 MeV electron beams because they have a very long range, and that means that we can go ahead and kite our opponents with these. So the basic idea is going to be that we're going to blast them with these, and then if we can get them whittled down enough, then we can come in with our Spark 750s. And when we do that, then we can go ahead and use the suppressive weaponry. That is the ship. So let's go ahead and assign our weapons. Do our paint job. And the one thing I will note here is if we had done the White Dwarf 1020s instead of the Slayton SA 4000s, we would drop down to about 85 mobility instead of the 100 that the Slaytons give us. Which is still plenty good. However, they do take 6 power to run those engines as opposed to the 4 for the Slaytons, so the Slaytons are clearly superior. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and pop on off to Serpentis. And see if we can win an engagement. So it looks like this has a random Veyron prophecy. Just sitting out there. And as you can see, easy step 1 is that we just kite away, blast away, and then we want to go diving in. Whee! Whoop. Whee! Whoop. Take the shields down. And now that the engines are blocked, we can go ahead, dock, and board. Looks like I disabled the gravity. Did I miss a ladder somewhere? Possibly. Oh, yes. Here it is. Alright. I apparently have not boarded one of these in a while. So we've got a ladder going up over there. And a little storeroom over here. Nothing fun in there. Alright. And it looks like up here we have a battle stations. Oh. And then, what's through this door? Looks like this is going to be a galley. Oh, I always thought there was a window there. Well, I guess technically it is a window. Alright. There we go. And that is yet another ship captured. Alrighty. And there you have it, the standard bounty hunter maneuver. Also, this eulogy is a lot bigger than I thought it was. And then redock, and let's get back into our hunter. Alrighty. So that is the Hope Hunter, and I think there was a good bit more going on in the boarding action than there was in the actual ship itself. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead and see if I can win another combat engagement versus at least two ships. Whee. Ooh, Ecliptic. There we go. And it looks like the Falcata 2 has at least some particle weapons. So we can't quite outrange it. And then we've got a Claymore. Ooh, some Claymore 3s. Maybe we should board one of these. Whee. All right. Ah! But of course, that is the downside. These Class A ships on extreme difficulty can get absolutely slammed really fast. I'll give this one more try. And he's boosted at us, so does get us in range of his weapons, but it also puts him closer to ours. Alright. So we've got a Stiletto 3. And this one I need to destroy first. And let's go ahead and make sure that we are at full speed away from him. And eliminate his shields first. And then he is boosting around. But he made some distance from his friend, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Oh boy. Well, apparently apparently we cannot deal with 3 ecliptic ships in this. So, we know the limits now. And that being said, let's go ahead and head on back to Valo. And we'll just get some pictures out here. Mrs. Whitmore. Alright. And just some pictures really quick. And if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. Make the algorithm happy. And thank you very much for watching. And I will see you in the next one.